What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Legitical Response. We cover political news, keep you up to date, keep you informed of everything that the government does. Why did I say that so fast? I have no idea. I'm trying to talk faster because the faster I talk, the quicker this video can be over and the quicker you can get back to looking up other stuff, right? But what's up, everybody? How the hell's your day going, by the way? Hope y'all having a pretty good day. We doing all right over here. It's Saturday. Love Saturdays. I love the weekends because I'm off. I don't have to work, right? I don't have to go to work and haul glass all over the place and be called a glass hole by everybody. But, you know, yesterday, there's something I want to get off my chest right quick at the start of the video. Sorry. Something I want to get off of my chest before we get going. Check this out. Yesterday, I was talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene filed motion to vacate Speaker Mike Johnson. I'm like, whoa, what in the hell is going on? And we saw a little clip or whatever of her talking about it because the mainstream narrative machine was trying to make you believe that, oh, they're going to throw, Congress back into chaos, and they're going to come back from their break and they're going to vote on this, and we're just going to be in chaos and Congress is going to be shut down once again. But then we saw that Marjorie Taylor Greene was like, no, this is a warning shot across the bow. Mike Johnson, get your P's and Q's right and cross your T's and dot your freaking I's and make sure your Q goes back the other way and doesn't turn into a G. I don't know. I was trying to be funny, but let me know down in the comments if that worked. I doubt it because that wasn't funny.
Whoops. Whoopsie.
At all. But something she said in that video that I was going to talk about, but it totally just blew my mind because, like I said, I don't script these videos. Everything you see is kind of a freestyle, if you will. It just comes right off the top of my head. You know, as I'm reading out these stories, I'm thinking about what I'm going to say about, as I'm reading it, I'm reacting to it in my head. And then when I'm done reading the paragraph or whatever, I usually talk about it for a little bit. So I don't script none of this stuff. So I get a lot of stuff, backlogged into my head that a lot of times I don't even talk about. It doesn't ever come up because I forget it, or, it just gets kind of pushed off to the side or whatever. It happens. But this comment she made.
I respect our conference. I paid all my dues to my conference. I'm a member in good standing. So
what that really means right there, and that's kind of, if you know what that means, okay, God dang, corrupt politicians, right? Corrupt politicians. What that means, when you go into Congress, to be in good standing, you have to raise X amount of dollars. So that means if she's in good standing with the party, that means she's raised this much money for the party from lobbyists and whatever. Now, the thing that we can look at these people like Matt Gaetz, Anna Paulina Luna, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Chip Roy, and all these people, that they're in good standing and they still vote against what the mainstream of the party likes to vote with, right? Like this $1.2 trillion spending package. That tells you that, yeah, they're not listening to their lobbyists. Their lobbyists lobby them on whatever, and then they vote however the hell they want to vote. That is one good way you can know if you have a good congressman or whatnot. If they are in good standing and still vote against the machine. Let's get into the story today. We're still talking about this $1.2 trillion appropriations package that came out because, man, this thing is awful. All of these things are awful, man. They always throw in all kind of BS on these things, but check this out. Washington approves $228 million in U.S. military aid to 3 Baltic states, Estonia says. Actually, the mainstream narrative machine says it because they're reporting on it, y'all. Estonia's defense officials say U.S. Congress has passed a bill that involves a total of $228 million in military and defense aid to Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania this year under the Baltic Security Initiative. The U.S. government funding legislation includes military aid to 3 Baltic countries, was approved by lawmakers on Friday. All 3 nations are NATO members and neighbors of Russia. Estonian Defense Minister Hanno Pevkur said Saturday that the financial aid enables fast-tracking several military infrastructure and capability development projects in the Baltic region. The Baltic Security Initiative was created in 2020. The U.S. Defense Department supports developing military capability and interoperability of the armed forces of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. And this is, it begs the question, why? These people are NATO members, right? They're NATO members. That's a proven fact. So why are we paying them to do stuff, to do military infrastructure programs? $228 million. To be honest with you, I think that money would be better spent if you give, 28,000 homeless people $10,000. I think that money would be better spent by doing that than enabling NATO to fund its military machine. I don't like the military-industrial complex. And the fact that really pisses me off, if we weren't spending in a deficit, I might have some complaints, but I can promise you I wouldn't rail against it like I'm doing, because we're printing this money, devaluing the dollar to help other people with infrastructure projects, military infrastructure projects. Against who? Russia? Right. Yeah, let's see. Let's wait until that invasion happens. Yeah. If you think Russia is going to invade anywhere into NATO territory, you're out of your freaking mind. Or Russia's out of its freaking mind. And I don't think Putin is crazy. Evil? Yes. Dictator? Probably. But crazy? I don't think so. He doesn't seem to be insane. Otherwise, he would have already invaded NATO territory a long freaking time ago, right? As a matter of fact, he tried to join NATO. Go ask Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton said no. Wonder why Bill Clinton said no. That would be a good thing because, hey, if he really wanted to join NATO, that means he would be forced to come in to agreement with what NATO believes, right? Because there's certain criteria that you have to commit to and achieve to be in NATO. And if Putin really wanted to be in NATO, that means he would have to live up to those criteria and make his army compatible with NATO's army. This was a stupid play by Bill Clinton, if you ask me. Why would we not want Russia in NATO? That would clean up Russia a lot, I'm sure, or they would be kicked out quickly. We would find out either way, but why do we want Russia as an enemy? I don't get that one at all. It's not the Soviet Union anymore. They're not communists. Technically.
Using magic to explain logical inconsistencies is tight. Yeah, it is.
But enough of my railing about that stuff. I want you to hear it from the horse's mouth why this $1.2 trillion package is absolute garbage.
Thank the Speaker. Well, here we are again. The swamp is back in full force. We have a 1,000-page bill of $1.2 trillion filled with all manners of spending priorities that are at odds with the American people. That's what we have in front of us. This bill is over 1,000 pages long. It contains hundreds of pages of report language, 1,400 earmarks, and we've had about 24 hours to review it. That is not the way to do business. And the American people and American families are the ones left holding the bag. This is business as usual in the swamp. And here's the deal to my Republican colleagues. You will own every single bit of this. If you vote for this bill, you own it. DHS funding contingent on signing H.R. 2 into law. That's what we did last year to make sure our border would be secure. That is punted, so you own it. Defunding Alejandro Mayorkas. We did that in our bill. This punts that. It's no longer there. You own it. Prohibiting mass parole and release of illegal aliens via the CBP One app. We did that in our bill last year. This bill gets rid of it. You own it. You own the continued mass parole of illegal aliens into our country. You own that. That's the truth. And it was mass parole that led to a Venezuelan gang member coming into the United States and killing Lake and Riley. And you can't go campaign My Republican colleagues cannot go campaign against mass parole and use the name of Laken Riley because you pass a bill in her name when you fund the very policies that lead to her death. I hear all this, that we're going to increase beds, ICE beds. We're going to increase the numbers for Border Patrol. The increased numbers for Border Patrol will process more illegal aliens. The increased number of beds for ICE will not be used because there's memos in place by Alejandro Mayorkas, whom we impeached and whom this bill will fund. Those ICE beds will not be filled. They won't be used, and we know it. We set out to prohibit DHS from fast-tracking asylum. This bill doesn't do that. We set out to make sure this border would be secure and you could end what happened yesterday in Texas, where 100 illegal aliens bum-rushed our border, rolled over the Texas National Guard, fled into this country, and went to Border Patrol to get released into the United States. That is what this bill continues to fund. And any of my Republican colleagues who want to spend this year campaigning against open borders, it's a laugh, because today, if you vote for this abomination of a bill, you will be voting to fund it.
You know, as I always say, it absolutely blows my mind the lengths these politicians will go to lie to everybody. You know, that's one reason I love Chip Roy so much, man. He will get up there and he will rail against his own party. He will rail against the opposition party. He will rail against everything that he deems wrong, deems illogical, stupid, as a matter of fact, to vote on this crap. When you get out there and, like he said, you campaign against criminal aliens bum rushing our border, rolling over the Texas National Guard, like Chip Roy said. What in the hell is going on in our country when we allow this to happen? And, you know, you got people online saying, oh, well, Trump is saying mean things about criminal aliens. He's dehumanizing these people. You know what? They deserve to get called bad names for doing stuff like what they did yesterday. Bum rushing the Texas National Guard, rolling over them, and then going and crying to the CBP agents to be, like Chip said, released back into the country. Do you think that we want these specific people into the country? No. It's a violent mob rolling over our army to get into the country. What in the hell is wrong with some of these people? I'm not talking about the criminal aliens that came into the country. No, that's whatever. What is wrong with Joe Biden's administration for allowing this? These people are violent getting into the country. Oh, they're newcomers. Yeah, they're new criminals. They're newcoming criminals that came into this country illegally, and they did it through violent means to get here. And why are we allowing this? Folks, vote your politicians out of office and get somebody new into office. Like I've always said, if it's not Matt Gaetz, Chip Roy, Thomas Massey, Anna Paulina Luna, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Byron Donalds, you know who I mean. There's a few other people's names I can't think of right off, but if it's not those people, you need to vote for a new congressman. You need to spread the word, spread the message. Get this message out there. Share this video anywhere and everywhere that you can. Let people know we are displeased with Congress, Democrats and Republicans alike. I've always said there's like 10 Republicans that are okay. Most of the other ones are garbage, are absolute garbage. The Republican Party, for the most part, is garbage. The Democrat Party is absolutely insane. I say that all the freaking time, but some people don't seem to get that. Some people don't see the Democrat Party as insane. If you listen to the mainstream narrative machine, you're not going to think that, because they leave a buttload of context out and then they lie to you, and then we monetize that, like I said yesterday. They fabricate the truth and we monetize the gossip. Let me know if you know where that line comes from down in the comments section. And that's all I got for this one. I want y'all to let me know, seriously, what y'all think about this down in the comments section. Because This is absolutely insane. You know, we're blowing money in other countries for military infrastructure and allowing criminal aliens to run over our National Guard. We are being invaded. I've said this ad nauseum. We are being invaded and nobody listens. Look at what happened the day before yesterday, I believe that was. I think that happened on Thursday. Yeah, I didn't cover it. I was too ticked off about it, and there was other things going on, but we are absolutely being invaded. And if you don't believe me, just go look it up. Okay? Some of these criminal aliens coming into this country are murderers, and they deserve to get our mean tweets posted online about them. They deserve everything that they get bad that's coming to them. We don't like criminals. We don't like criminals in our own country. What do we do with them? We lock them up and put them away in a cell. Some of them, that is good to them. Any violent criminal to me is despicable. Now, we can have a debate about nonviolent crimes. I do think we prosecute and jail people that we really shouldn't jail. You know what I mean? Some of these crimes don't deserve a jail cell. They deserve restitution. Yeah, I do believe that, honestly. Violent crimes, however, yeah, you deserve to be locked in a cell for a very, very long time. I've been locked in a cell before. It's not very nice. I've never committed a violent crime, though. It was other things. I'm not going to say what it was. If you want to know, ask me down in the comment section, and I'll probably tell you. But other than that, I want to thank everybody for watching. And don't forget to hit that like button on your way out the door. And try to have a good day. Be positive. Peace.